All right, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everyone from whenever you're calling in or wherever you're calling in from. Welcome you once again to this week, this trading week. It was an amazing week last week, a lot of winnings all over the place. I equally expect this week to be um, equally amazing. I really do because we have a number of activities in the market. So I'm just gonna. Okay, I think. D, are you still? Is your video still on? Let me see. We just done that off. So okay, I think that should be fine. So there are some news activities. The market this week. This week is what's it called? This FOMC week, and this week is also the NFP week. So we have a lot of volatility, in the market. If you see it from Monday right now, you can clearly see it. We first of all we have a Draghi and Karen speaking, one day euro and the pound. So we're definitely going to see some good outcome on those releases, those speeches. Remember what it is that if it goes up, we're making money. If it comes down, we're making money. So it doesn't really matter what happens to the pound or what happens to the dollar. So what we are really looking forward to is the volatility, that happens as a result of the activities that happen with these currencies in the market, in the world. So on Tuesday, yeah, a few other news releases. Let me just. I'm not going to go through it one after the other. What I just want you to look out for is Wednesday and Thursday, Wednesday and Friday. That's the FOMC and the non-farm payroll. So just be on the lookout for those days. So again, I used to love new can I say love? Used to have a hate love relationship with NFP because yeah, it bonds me sometimes and makes me money sometimes. But I think this for the past few years, few months now, it's not been as it used to be. It's not been as it used to be. The volatility is not as great as it used to be. So I'm not afraid to trade it. I'm not afraid to be in the market when during the news release, the non-farm payroll news release, because it may not push 200, 300 like it used to before, so yeah, but for some of us, just be on the lookout as well. If you're not used to trading or staying in the market, when you have this news release, it's okay to just go and get out of the market and just wait for the outcome of it, what happens or what will happen after the news release. Same with FOMC as well. So for this week, straight up to our charts, I have one or two pairs that I'm really, really looking out for, but I'm just going to run through the ones that we've been monitoring. Like remember this pair, AUD, Swiss franc. I said I wasn't going to bother about the downside at all. It was here, I think. I think it was somewhere around here. So we're waiting for it to cross all the way to the top here and then continue. So I said it's because it's not my main pair. I said I wasn't really gonna be bothered about trading it. Now, if you look at this, you can see it was double bottom. So I was expecting this move to complete. The main place for you to trade double bottom is the neckline here, and then you take it to the upside. So that was gonna be my trade right there. But yep, but it hasn't actually gotten there. So I just felt okay, we can find a good entry at this level. You can see it. That's one level that we identified, that we created. So we felt okay, if we can get an early entry at this level, then all of this move would be ours, all the way from here to this level. So that's about 600 plus move. So right now, that hasn't happened. It hasn't broken above. It did break out, but wicked and came back down. I remember what I said. I'm not really looking to trade the downside. This may happen. It was coming down. If someone took this trade probably and they didn't put their stop loss in profit, they probably have lost this because, well, you see what happened? Came back up. So I'm not looking to trade the downside. I'm more particular about the upsides. Even though it comes all the way back down, I'm not trading it. So I'm just really waiting for this to go up so I can take advantage of that double bottom. But if something happens and this double bottom is taken out, maybe it closes below, then I'm going to abandon this altogether. But if you look at what's happening here, you can see like an inverted head and shoulder, kind of, if you can see it with me, an inverted head and shoulder happening. Take the neckline here. So I'll show you some. I think we have something similar to this, something that looked like this. I think it's CAD yen as well. You can see. So sometimes the inverted shoulder can be how do they put it now? It can go like this, or it can go like this. So it really doesn't matter, and it really doesn't matter at all. So this is what it is right now on Aussie Swiss franc. So I'm waiting for that to break above, and that's like a confluence to what we already have now. In fact, this inverted head and shoulder, I just saw it now. I just saw it now. It's like it's in confluence with the fact that we're expecting this to continue to the upside. So if that move happens, see, you can see it clearly. It should just come out and come back to retest that neckline or retest that level. See, just drew that, and it just coincides with what we are waiting for. Then we're going to see a bounce above that and then continue to the upside. That is what we're expecting. So I'm not really looking for the downside, the upside. So this is one trade you have to be on the lookout for this week. Be on the lookout for this trade. Don't miss that move. Euro, pound. We have been waiting for this thing to drop. You see what happened? It broke below that. It broke that level. That was a strong level. You can see it. Price hasn't been able to break through it since it got into it. Since it broke out of it. Broke out of it 2017 June. Came down. Kept bouncing off. Came down again. Bounced off, and then finally broke it. So we expected that to break and then retest and then continue to the downside. So that's what I thought was going to happen, and that's what played out. It broke, did that retest as we can see on the 4-hour chart, kind of pushed back in a bit and then continued to the downside. I said if it breaks above, if it refuses to come down at this level, then it might get all the way down to this level, up to this level before continuing down. So, but right now it's showing signs of, so if you were in it, you probably would have gone out with a few pips, nothing major, but few pips from here. Yeah, nothing major, 30 pips would have not been bad. In this new world of works, we are pretty much just looking for 20 to 30 pips, so we can compound, build our portfolio. So, but right now, weeks to the upside. So if this doesn't continue down, then it may actually go back in and then go to that level. But whatever be the case, this is we believe is coming down because it's broken through that strong level. And if we can get a good downside, um, 300 pips wouldn't be a bad idea if you ask me. So that's that level we're looking out for. And if you can actually get it, if it breaks back in and then comes back to this level, then that would be a good level to also take a trade from, because we're expecting it to come down. Why did I choose that level? Because this is a previous low. So normally based on our trade strategy, how we trade, we expect price to do that, price to come down, break the previous level that has been, price comes down to that level, maybe bounces, then comes down and then breaks the previous level, comes back to retest it and continue, which is what we expected to happen here. Maybe I just come down to that previous level, then continue to the downside. Now, for us to believe that this is not valid, downside is not valid anymore, it needs to break the previous high. So see, that's one of the reasons why we say patience is key. You need to wait to see it clear. Some of the reasons why people lose trades is because they anticipate moves, they want to jump in before. Sometimes it's good to do that, but sometimes you just need to wait to let the move set up. You just need to abide by your rules of higher highs and higher lows and previous lows and previous highs, so as to just reduce or minimize your chances of you losing trades. You get what I mean? So that may be one thing to look at. But to be honest, um, I'm not really decided about what to do with this trade. You can also draw a line here if you please. So just keep a line here. I don't know, my lines are not straight. Keep a line here. So that will be so that when price comes in, retest that, then you can take it to the downside. So that may be your move. You're really, really looking for that one. But don't worry, see, you know how I trade. I would always keep looking at it and drawing out analysis as they occur. So CAD yen, we were waiting for this level. I think we saw it all the way from here. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm in this trade as well. We saw it all the way from around here, I presume. Yeah, it was around here. So we wanted that to come to the upside, break and retest. So I think I kind of took my trade somewhere around here. Good entry. So but as you can see, price got there, started falling, and yeah, I think at one point I was going to get out and know um, leave it alone. But yet it didn't come all the way to my stop loss, so I'm still all right on this trade too. As you can see, got back up, so I'm still very bullish on this guy. Still expected to continue to the upside. That inverted head and shoulder is what I'm playing with. Continue to the upside. Good move, good winning if it plays out. Let me see how much from here. Even though you enter from here, if you didn't enter from here like I did, even though you enter from here, still a good win. 500, how much? 580 pips. Yeah, 500 pips, if you will. So if you can get a good entry at this level, just watch out for this pair. I'm already in it. So you see, it hasn't broken below this level yet. If it breaks below this level, then I'll lose my confidence in the trade. If it comes here, it breaks below this, excuse me. If it comes all the way back here, then it should be expecting it to do that retest and then continue to the downside, you know, or may just do that, continue to here and then probably jump back up. Then that means this inverted head and shoulder is still valid. But I don't see any reason for me to remain in this trade if it comes. I would not even bother about the downside. I'm gonna be still looking for the upside. There are 1,001 trades that I can take, So, but be on the lookout for this trade right here. Wait for that neckline to break above, then look for a retest and then take it 600, almost 600 per pips. Yep, another one is this guy, CAD Swiss franc as well. We saw it from this place, and as you can see, inverted head and shoulder. And we are seeing it's coming up here. It broke out. We were very happy when that happened because shoulder analysis was on point. Then it started coming back down, but yet it hasn't come to our stop loss, so everything is still good. And as you can see, it's continuing to the upside. So right now, if you can, I know you may not be on this. I don't know if any of you is in this trade, because this is what we're looking at for this particular 200. But if you're not here yet, you know how it is. You have to look for price to break the previous high. That's the way to enter a trade that you're not in yet. It's created a previous high here. Oops, my lines are horrible. So created a previous high. So what you want to do is first to wait for price to break the previous high, then retest that. Then you can take your trade to the upside, a few pips from there. So that's CAD Swiss franc. USD CAD, good one. We've all been waiting for that break. We've all been waiting for that break to happen. It's been putting us, taking us for a ride. So, but eventually, yep, as you can see, price came back and retested that level clearly. But broker retested that level, and then as you can see, it's falling. So, my bias for this one is for it to come down to that level. So it may just do this. Nobody knows what it's gonna do. Everybody can't be really sure what it's gonna do, but that's what is possible. Or just continue down, then keep down. I'm looking at it because I created that channel, saw that channel on the higher time frame. So this one right here. Yep, as you can see, we're playing that out. It's been playing out like that. So I'm expecting that to continue to the downside, just keep coming and then to that level. So if you already entered, I think I got in somewhere around here. So if I can get the move to down there, maybe about 400, or depending on how price moves. So it may just move all the way here, about 300 pips or thereabout. Yeah, but if you're not yet in this move, I say let it go until it comes back to this level. Then just look for that retest to the downside. Or if that price does just decide, you don't know how it does, you just break that level and then come back to it. So that will be your trade. Your trade will be here. So possibilities, area of trade, then maybe probably area of trade. If it breaks that retest, area of trade, and then yep. But if that doesn't happen and then it comes back here again, area of trade. But if it breaks above that, it's coming back up. So break and retest area of trade, and that's it. That's your TP there, because it will form that inverted head and shoulder anyway if you look at it, and then comes back down. So anything can happen in the market, but presently price is still bearish. The reason why you start looking for bullishness would be if price breaks above this level. This is the bullish level, so you want to watch that. And even draw a line. I wonder why I decided to write. Okay, so bullish area. This is your bullish area, but right now, presently, it's in the sell zone. So just keep looking for opportunity to sell. If you want to buy, all the buys that you'll be having here will be short-term buys. 20, 30 pips. Don't try to. In fact, personally, I try to avoid every counter trend trading. So, but if you must counter trend trade, then make sure that you're doing it at the key support level. You know, if it comes down here and you're of the opinion is going to kind of pull back, so you want to take the pullback, then you probably just look for 20 to 30 pips bounce off a level and then continue to the upside and continue to the upside before coming down. So yep, so just be on the lookout for USD CAD. What else am I looking at? NZD. Yep, that was another one there. We've been playing around with this guy. It's been going up and down and stuff. So right now it's broken that level, and he's been bouncing off this level. I think D and she's been trading this, so this bounced off, came back down, went up, and now broke it, came back and retested. So we're expecting this to, just like we marked it, we're expecting this to continue to this level here. And then if that brace continues to break, this is our final level here at 1.63 as a final level. Why did we choose that level? Because of, let me see, yeah, because that's the lowest that it got to, lowest it's gotten to, so if it's still in the downtrend, then it may just continue to come down. Remember, again, we were looking at the head and shoulder here, shoulder, so we expected it to continue to the downside because of that head and shoulder. So it broke out very nicely, came back, retested weak, and then now it's coming down. So with that head and shoulder also in play, this may be a final TP, but we don't stay in the market till gets us out. We just monitor it and then move our stop loss in. Some people decide to take part profit and then let it roll. Some people take it, and then when price comes back into a key level of trade, they decide to trade again. So I'm going to take you to another chart now. Let's see what else I can. So now one of the ones I'm really, really looking out for is this trade right here, GA. GA is the trade I'm really looking to trade. Two things. Why? Two things. We're waiting for that. Remember, this is what was happening. We've been trading this since. Until that's up, and that played out. So we expected, okay, if it decides to start selling, then it's going to reject it and then start coming down. But we didn't see that sell opportunity here. What did we see rather? Price continued to bounce. So, oops. Let me see. So right now, this is where price is at. It got to that level, and we said, okay, if it breaks above that, then this is where we're going to. If it breaks above that, then this is where we're going to. But that didn't happen. As you can see, price rejected. And I said, okay, because it hasn't taken, this is a low, so it needs to take out that low before we can now confirm that this would be a good sell. There's no, if you can get a good engulfing candle at this level, then you can sell and then continue to the downside. Some people probably took it. Some people probably took it at this level because that was a good engulfing candle, a shooting star, and then engulfing candle. Perfect trade opportunity. So if you entered here, kudos to you. If you didn't, kudos to you. There's still opportunity. Another one here, another engulfing candle opportunity. Then that would have been another win. Yep. So, but what we are trying to look at now is that move. Remember, impulse, then inverted head and shoulder. What am I saying? Impulse, then head and shoulder. Every time you see head and shoulder, what does that mean? It means that price is trying to reverse. So this is the neckline, this is the head, and the second neckline is forming. And as you can see, it's also forming a bearish flag at the same time. That just so two two confirmations for us. That's then that's forming, and then we'll see that. So if you want to be on the safe side, wait for that to break and then continue to the downside, or you can look for that neckline at this level. But the reason why this may be risky is because you already have that level, this 1.8 to 800 level, so price could, if you entered, price could just know that price may just pull back. So if you enter at this level, break and retest, so that's that you may just see that again before that, so just be on the lookout. But if you're fortunate to get a good entry at this point, because of that flag, yep, so it means what you're looking for is this. So good entry, perfect entry. Then even though it bounces off, it will still come down, and then you'll move right there. So right now, look for an entry at this level. Look for an entry at this level. I'll be more interested in an entry. So, but if you miss this entry, then I'll say wait for this level. For this level, I know I created this neckline. Yes, quite all right. But then because it's too close to this level, I'd rather wait for it to break it down already. This is all a conservative trader, is what all conservative traders try to do. They try to minimize their losses, while also maximizing their profit. So if you can get an entry at this level, at this level, kudos to you. If not, just let it go and then come back to this level. But again, if you're a more aggressive person, you want to take it at the break of this neckline, so well and good. Just make sure your stop loss is in place, so the market doesn't kick you out before you win the trade. Pound Swiss franc. Remember this trade? We were at this level, I presume, and we expected price to continue. So it kind of went up and then dropped massively. A lot of people screamed when they saw that move. Why did we look at this move? Because of that double bottom. Then we wanted this to continue to the upside and break to, give us the final winning at this level for a total of how many pips? Almost 700 pips from here. That's our move. That's what we're waiting for. But I'm going to show you, see something that is similar to this in a moment. So right now, this is what we're seeing. Price came that we thought it was going to. Some people thought it was going to. It was a fake move. It's not. Sorry, it was a wrong expectation that price was going to keep going because of that giant drop. But as you can see, just pull down and then continue to the upside. Right now, it hasn't gotten there. So two things are possible. Because of the fact that we are still looking at the pound, some of the other pairs, I'm going to do it in respect to other pairs, with respect to this one and with respect to this one. Now, this one is as a key level, see that reject. So we also saw this coming at the point at this level, that this was going to go to the top, and then as it was going, we saw that move, that drop. Some people panicked, but what happened? Price continued to the upside. So when it got here, you can see it's rejecting now. So now we're expecting this to happen, to drop. It broke out and then came back in. We are still expecting this to continue down here because of that channel that it's been in. But if it breaks above that, then no worries. Just take it to the upside. Yep. So, but since that hasn't happened yet, we are still hopeful about that downside. So if anything happens and pound continues to drop, what will most likely happen is that this is just going to consolidate here until something happen and then it drops, and then this is just going to push up to that level, you know, push up to that level, and then you see it drop again. Yep. So happens almost all the time. So just going to push up to that level. Like I said, you know that news would always play with technical sometimes. Well, it's not all of the time. They would always use news to, manipulate the market, or maybe take the market to where it's supposed to go in the first place. But that doesn't happen. It's not a general. It's not like something that happens all of the time. So that may just push to the upside and then continue, but that doesn't mean that it has taken out the possibility of that double bottom until this happens. And then you see, but as long as it's still here, it's still a valid trade. Look at this. This was one bottom, price came down, continued, then so until price comes in and takes out this bottom, continues, then it's still a valid bottom. So even though it keeps doing this, still a valid double bottom until it breaks above that. And you can, so just have that at the back of your mind. So right now, this is where we at. So price may come up to that level and drop. Same thing would happen here. Where are you now? GA, because this is, we're expecting this to be coming down. So all GBP pairs may just drop across board. So just be on the lookout for that. But if that doesn't happen, if they all play independent of one another, then this is going to break to the upside and then continue, to where it's supposed to go. So this is the pair I was trying to compare this guy with. Where is it? Yeah, this guy, because we saw that double bottom. Remember, guys, we saw that double bottom at this level, so we knew it was going somewhere. So when price got to that level, it kind of dropped, and then right now it's all still going. It hasn't taken out this possibility yet. The reason why we are still hopeful about this is because it's still here. It hasn't come down to take out this this double bottom, so it's still a valid double bottom. So what would tend to happen is, right now, it may just be that what we're trying to remember, what that cup of cocoa thing, and then so that may just play out. Remember how we trade. So this would be deep down, this would be the bottom, this would be the handle, and then that takes you to the upside. So I'm still hopeful of this going up, retesting, and then continuing to the upside. But what would make this not valid anymore is if this continues down, then comes to retest that level. Generally, we're expecting this to continue to be like this move. Why? Because of that channel. Let me take you to the upside so you can see the full picture. You see that? That's drop, that drop, that drop. So we're expecting that to happen. That might still continue, but it hasn't told us yet. We just want to see if take advantage of this move, if that is going to play out. But if that doesn't play, it's absolutely fine. I don't need to look for a trade here anyway. I can just wait till it comes here so as to confirm my bias that this is not a valid double bottom anymore. Then I can start looking for a good entry to the downside, because if I get it, there's no reason to start losing money over this level, over this 100 pips range, and just wait for clarity. Then I can take my trade down here for a total of 600. You see what I mean? So sometimes you trade off certain opportunities so as to win a bigger opportunity. So that's it. I think I'm gonna draw a line. Then okay, yeah, I think I give for people that really want to look at this trade. So if this drops to the downside here, if you really want to trade this one, you're so bent on trading this sell, so in that case, then you can look for a trade down there to take you to that level. So you may even do a triple bottom before continuing to the upside. But again, it's really entirely up to you. For me, my best place to take this trade would be this level here, and then at this level here to go down to come up. So we can look for those quick wins at this level right here. Some of the guys, some of us that scalp as well, we can look for those short wins at this level. But don't stay too long in the market. When the price begins to approach key levels, make sure your stop loss has been moved close to where your TP, close to where you can start, um, getting prepared to get out of the market anyway. So yeah. So same thing. Well, anyway, that's it for me from this call for tonight. I'm gonna send out the charts to us so as we can confirm with our own charts as well. Look at your own charts, see if you can see what I see, your own ideas as well. Send it to us so that we can also monitor it, and we have opportunities to trade it. We can do that as well. So anyway, thank you guys. I'm gonna take questions from some of the guys on the platform if they have. If not, then I'll see you guys on the other side. Thank you, and God bless.